testing. Hi, Spirit. Okay, give me a second to make sure you guys can hear me. Because, like, before the stream started, my, mic was having problems again. So, give me a sec to make sure everything will be okay. Just a sec. Ah. Yeah, just gotta make sure everything's okay. Karen's lobby animation is so cute. Karenina's newest one. I think, you know, for any new frames or new characters, I'm gonna just leave it for, you know, once I've actually caught up with the game. I feel like any new updates or anything, I wouldn't really feel anything about it. Especially if it's Karen. Like, not to say I don't like a character, it's just that it's been a while since she's been a part of the story. I think the last time I saw her was when Babylonia was falling. So, you know, as cute as she is, I think I'm gonna wait until I actually caught up with the story, because I think you guys told me that chapter 18 or chapter 19 she's gonna have a bigger part again. So yeah, I definitely can't wait for that one. You can hear colors, you can see sounds. Are you okay? Do you need help, Spirit? Blink twice if you need help. Anyway, I'm doing fine at least. So, yeah, let's just jump back into this. So, hopefully there's not a lot of glitching, effects today, because, yeah, after what happened yesterday, I kind of just ate some Panadol, and then I just immediately conked out. I don't know, the glitching effects like got to me really badly. Alright, let's go. We're almost done with this. No more glitching, hopefully. I will see her soon. Okay, can see Karen soon. In a few chapters. I think you guys mentioned she was gonna be in either the next chapter or the chapter after this. Oh, hold on. Someone's calling. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully everything's okay. I got Silver Palace. That's right. That's gonna come out very soon. I think I do want to try it. At least once. So maybe I'll play it on a Friday. The kitten thing, like my neighbors, their cat recently had I think like four kittens, and one of them like got in my brother's car. You know, he got under the car and then up into the engine parts. So he asked me for help because like my arms are thinner than his, so I could reach further. Uh, Kitten's okay for now. So yeah, let's just continue with the game. Hold on. Let me bring back my little chibi. Okay, let's go. Liv! Recovering from her infection, Lucia finally realizes what Liv's plan was. I don't want to lose anyone anymore. Lucia cannot blame anyone. She's just angry at herself for not noticing it sooner. You're the only one who can fly here, so only you can keep up with Liv. You must get her back. I will. Wait, can't? No. I was about to say, can't Chrome's gory frame fly? But I don't think so. I think I'm misremembering. Welcome back. Got kitty luck. Nah, we're not keeping that cat. That's my neighbor's kitten. It's just, you know, they got into my brother's car. He just needed help. Needed someone with thinner arms to, like, get through the engine parts and get the kitten out. I will. If the commandant wakes up only to find Liv gone. Just... Oh, hold on. I think it's my brother again. Okay, I'm back. Again, Glory got nothing to fly. Even Plume's thrusters are on March. Yeah, I think the most that her thrusters can do is like help her hover for a few seconds, right? Or at least jump higher. That's why they made her pyro stream, to be able to fly long distances. Not that long. But still, she's able to fly better with pyros than with Plume. Lee's frown deepens once he realizes how the Commandant will look. There are still a lot of corrupted and hetero creatures here. Chrome, Changyu, Sophia, and I will guard this place. Liv is counting on you. Wake up! Holding onto her damaged frame, Lucia chases after the mid-air Liv with the time Changyu, Sophia, Lee, and Chrome are buying her. It's Lucia's life just a dead end that she cannot leave. Once again, in a similar church, in a similar way, she's about to say a similar goodbye. It happened to the old Grey Raven as well. Well, that didn't happen in a church. The Commandant Ravenge led them on a mission to make contact with a construct immune to the punishing virus. Back then, Lucia did not have the clearance to know who authorized the mission or if their information was accurate. Most members of her team were like that. All they knew was that the leaders were particularly ecstatic about this mission. After all, the seemingly harmless child could possibly be the hope they require to control the punishing virus. I think it was revealed that Ravenge was being like used by Gabriel, right? Like Gabriel kind of told him that he could become an ascendant, and that's why he like sold out the old Grey Ravens or something. Your favorite memory. And she carried the Commandant. Just like before, no one has lied, but everyone has withheld parts of the truth. Lucia has been secretly searching for the truth after getting back her memories of losing her team, but she has not wavered because of that. Because I believe that there is hope as long as we are together. Lucia leaps up with the help of her thruster, holding on to the hovering ivory sparrow, but Lucia cannot stop what she is doing. Wake up! This is not how it should end! Is she talking to Liv or the Commandant? Because the Commandant is already awake from the coma. Regardless of how Lucia... What? What, child? Ang, what is it? You're just meowing at the door. What do you want? Meow to the microphone. Say hi. No, he doesn't want to. What do you want? Hmm? Okay, now you're just gnawing on my fingers. Okay, get down. He just got the zoomies. He's just a little impatient right now. Okay, regardless of how Lucia cries, Liv still carries on with her hand motions like a mindless puppet. Who will manage our worksheet and timetable? Get up and do our work. Liv, you're the only one who can make sure that Lee and Lucia don't get lost. Liv, desperate and despaired, Lucia hears her almost destroyed terminal ringing. Commandant, Lucia, Commandant, you're awake. Yeah, but we don't have time for that. Lucia, listen to me. I'm here. You quickly tell her your plan and establish a remote connection with her mid-flight. Liv has been rejecting any remote connection requests and her mind is extremely confused. About that, you quickly tell her what Asimov told you and how you can solve it. You mean it isn't just infection but memory data plunging into her mind? Just have to force my way into her mind and help you establish the connection, is that it? Yes. How do I force my way in? With brute force, with the violence. I'll help you. You belong to the same team, so your connections are interconnected. Connections are interconnected. It won't be too hard for you to hack into Liv's mind, and the Commandant will also help stabilize the mind beacon. Asimov suddenly joins the comms. I see, but Liv's mind is highly infected right now. The punishing virus and the data within her are taking shape. Think of it as something like the Hetero Sapiens or the Red Type projections. So don't get distracted by them. Understood? I suspect that when an intact mind hacks into there, they will respond by changing their forms according to what you know. Why? Why are you meowing? What do you want? Wanna go outside? You know Dean is outside. Dean doesn't like... Okay, go. Okay, have fun. Bye. And I've been letting him out of the room a lot more recently. It's just that every time I let him out, my other older cat, Dean, she hates him. She just hisses and growls at him, and then Aang just ends up cowering. You know, I feel bad for both of them, because Dean obviously is getting stressed from the new kitten, and the new kitten is obviously getting stressed by the old kitten. So, you know, I don't want them to stress each other out. Violence is never the right option, but it's still an option. It should be an option. I yearn for the destruction of the Fire Nation. He would. Aang, the kitten, is way more destructive than Aang, the cartoon character. And I suspect that when an intact mind hacks into there, they will respond by changing their forms according to what you know. Don't get tricked, regardless of what you see. So it's gonna be like the red type that, you know, changes its voice according to someone you love to lure you in. I won't. If Liv's consciousness does not wake up, the remote connection will also fail. Wake her up, no matter the cost. You should try punching her in the forehead like what Naruto did to Gaara. Aren't you? Forget it. Oh, I can hear him coming back. Aang? Nato, get in. Nope. Why are you like this? I don't want to just leave my door open while I'm streaming, but Aang, he keeps going in and out, in and out. Very stressful situation indeed. That's the child I raised. That's my boy. Alright, you forget it. I know what to do. Oh, Lucia recognizes her. Lucia, this will be very dangerous. You'll be entering a highly corrupted mind. You tell Lucia all this worriedly and apologetically, but she just smiles and nods. Don't worry, Commandant. I won't back down, no matter how dangerous it is. Are you coming here? I hear the sound of a transport craft in the background. I think I told you guys that I'm gonna be like moving houses by the end of the year. I hope the new house has like the doorknobs that you know, aren't round, that you don't need to like turn the handle doorknobs. So that way maybe I could try to train Aang into opening and closing the door himself. Maybe, hopefully. Because the doorknobs on these houses, they're, you know, more human friendly. You actually have to turn them because they're round and spherical. Yes, I'm on my way. I'll be there soon. How's your body holding up? It'll be fine. Can I trust you? Of course. You fist pump each other through the camera just like you once did. Lucia, come back safely with Liv and everyone. This is my request. This is an order. No, it's a request. I can't exactly order you to do anything right now. Roger, I will treat this as an order that I can't fail. You never said the word order, but I suspect that it might be easier to wake her up if it is one, given how rare she thinks for herself. Preparing forced entry. Ready to enter. Ready. With everyone's hope and trust on her shoulders, Lucia once again looks resolute. If you can do this, then I guess the Commandant doesn't have to get back on the surface. Like, he could just hover in the air, in the spacecraft. Focus. Beginning countdown. 3, 2, 1. Are we actually fighting Liv? Do we fight Liv? Ah, cutscene! Why did all of these buildings only come when Lucia's here? They weren't here before Lucia got in. And who are you? Oh, it's another Liv, I think. Closer you are, the stronger the connection. Oh! I don't got signal orbs no more. Not Dark Liv. Yami Liv. Kuro Liv. Severe mind corruption, thruster damaged. Ah. Okay, I hear Aang again. God damn it. Child, please. Yeah, I told him, Mama. Hi, Mike. Good morning. Hello. I was okay. Well, yeah, you go do that if you want, Mike. I was picking up my son again. I've locked him back in the room. I think the last time he interrupted the stream this much was when he was, a baby who couldn't feed himself. All right, Aang, just stay still, please. Just no more adventures for now. Ah, I can't move. Lucia, no. What, Aang? What? Oh, left control Q? I'm trying. Ah. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But he's just meowing. What do you want, Aang? I'm trying to save Lucia and live. Embrace rejection, annihilate rebirth. I am trying left control Q. Hello? Why isn't it working? I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's very distracting. Aang, come on. Ah. Okay, hold on. Here, you keep meowing. Meow to the microphone. Let them know that you're here. It was what was the point in adding the hashtag? He spelled the whole world. Ah! Press QTE. I was trying. Yeah, Aang. Meow. Meow to the microphone. He won't do it. You were meowing just fine just now. Why do you want to leave? There's nothing out there for you. It's just Dean being a cranky old lady. She won't let you live in peace. She won't let you have fun. Hello, cat. The cat doesn't want to talk to you guys. Alright, let's continue. Ah. Hold on. Ang? Do you want more food? There's already food in your bowl. Why are cats like this? If you like leave the bowl half empty, they will only see the empty parts. They won't like think that the bowl is that the bowl is actually full because they can only see the empty parts. That's fine. He'll be okay, I guess. He's lying down now. Okay. Hopefully, you're all right. Ah! Ah! No, Lucia! I think she's died like a few times already. Eh. Eh. Where is Yummy Liv? Ah. Ah. I am slowly but surely tickling Dark Liv to death. Well, I don't really want to kill any kind of Liv. But I must! And we'll conquer the Fire Nation. He can't growl, let alone scratch. He can scratch, actually. I've gotten, like, a lot of new scars. He doesn't growl, definitely. But, like, biting and scratching are, like, his favorite ways to play. And he's also very aggressive. Because apparently no cats have taught him not to be. Come on, just a little more. Ow. Get down here! Wait, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to... Where are you? Ow. She's so tall. Dark Liv, I mean. She's a big girl. Tall queen, giant queen. Unknown data cluster, that's what she's called. Not actually Dark Liv. Ah! No. Ah, I can't jump. I can't jump in this game. Ow. Ah. Ah. Sorry, I can't read chat right now. I'm trying not to let Lucia die too much. And I'm failing. I'm failing both of my girls. But welcome anyway. Come here. Damn it. Why does it feel like her HP is not going down at all? Classic Pokemon attacks. Welcome to peak depression. Don't use the corrupted orbs. Oh, okay. Ouch in Roland's voice? Oh. Hi, Motivated Alpha, hello! Welcome to CS Pain. Liv, help her! Can jump with Rosetta and Lucia Pyro. Ah. Yakusoku desu. The new SP is gonna be pretty later. Yeah, I think next they're gonna have to release Nihilux and Pearl, right? So I think another SP might take a while. Which means, you know, Welt's SP might take a while. He's the only Astral Express character without a new outfit. Lucia! Flashbang, Liv. Use your flashbang. Ah! How am I supposed to... Oh, flashbang. I think I summoned the flashbang too early. Ah, I can't move. Liv, help. Yeah, I think I summoned the flashbang a little too early. Ooh! Lucia with Liv's flashbang. Ah. Eh. I can't see anything, it's so bright. Ah. Lucia! You're mega broke. I'm also mega broke. I was trying to use QTE. That's right, Lucia. This time you can save the white-haired girl. You couldn't save Luna, but you can save Liv. Arguably, Luna does not need saving right now. They use these animations in her leap, it would be in peak. What is this? It's Liv. What's that? Oh, it's me. It's the Commandant. Where am I falling from? Commandant, what you doing? You're a squishy human. You can't fly. You arrived at the good moment. Yeah, you missed all the pain, Rojak. Also, you missed all of the cat shenanigans. The kittens, not just my kitten, were causing some trouble. With Lucia's hack, you have managed to defect the polyphage inside. Oh, that was a polyphage. The big dark Liv inside Liv's mind, establishing a remote connection. Also, that wasn't physically the Commandant. That was just the mind connection. Okay. I misunderstood that. It was worth it being broke. Because you got Himeko. That's right, Himeko makes it all worth it. I believe I can fly. After keeping Liv's fragile mind and vitals stable, you spend another half an hour fighting off hetero creatures mid-flight. The large fleet of transport crafts finally breaks through the clouds, landing around the church. The boss fight was very painful. I made Lucia die so many times. I'm sorry, Lucia. Although casualties and damages are still expected, returning to the surface this way has been a much greater improvement. Normally, the closer to the surface in areas highly concentrated with the punishing virus, the more likely one will be attacked. But right now, the hetero creature's attention all went to the big crowd of purified constructs. Hey, no, we just purified those guys. Don't go corrupting them again. With Michael Jordan. Yeah, you know, the song from Looney Tunes, the movie. Over half of the hetero creatures have vanished, unable to defeat the constructs. They keep getting pushed back. Replacing them, however, are the two creatures that scare everyone off the top of the clock tower. Liv! Flashbang them! The twins. Their figures keep shifting, dashing back and forth around the clock tower, seemingly fighting someone. Are they fighting Liv and the others? The only ones who can fight the twins nowadays are the elite squads, not to mention that this is what Empyrea was designed for. Confirming your destination, you rush toward where the crowd is retreating from. No need to be sorry. Everyone hates that fight. Okay, good to know. I wasn't the only one who hated that. What fight? The one earlier where we had to fight the giant lady in red. Even with your exoskeleton, you're still moving slower than usual. Liv. A queen of the night. I saw her folding her journals into paper boats. I didn't expect it to form a queen of the night in the end. Twins, I'm sorry, but your journals are fake. It's a queen of the night. It represents the eternity that's captured in a moment. Is queen of the night an actual flower in real life? Or is it just, you know, a PGR flower? Lives are brief moments. She's recorded those moments and planted them here for the rest of eternity. She's accepted how brief her own moment would be. Is this your choice? Open fire! The chance to save her is slim. If you can't locate all her mind shards in the next 3 hours, her mind cannot be repaired. Yesterday, you got asked this question, how many days is 1,000 hours? Here's what you did. Yes, show me the math. I can't math, so I'm gonna have to rely on you guys to do the math for me. I wish every one of you have a nice and healthy life. Bye, Motivated Alpha. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Oh, it is a real flower. Okay. I'm guessing the, like, Queen of the Night thing is, like, the direct translation from Chinese. Unless it's just, you know, called Queen of the Night in English. Even if we develop a new Omega frame in the future, the only path that awaits her will be that of a corrupted. Have to be faster. Fall faster, Commandant! Bianca. If the President believes in the Commandant and Liv's judgment, of course I'm willing to hand over the key. As a soldier, there will be a day we don't come back. Still, I wholeheartedly wish that no one needs to face this regretful ending today. Does Bianca know that Huashu committed identity theft of her? Liv! There are too many of them. The more desperate you are, the slower your weakened body moves. As you're surrounded by a few corrupted, a young figure appears behind a pillar. Hi, Kiryan. Grandma is okay. I'm just a little tired from wrangling the kittens. One of my neighbor's kittens, like, got into my brother's car just now. And I had to, like, pull him out of the hood of the car, you know, between the engine parts. And Aang had the zoomies just now. He's sleeping now, but he had the zoomies earlier, like 5 minutes ago. Definitely saw that flower before. People never ask its name. Ah, okay. 3 days, 72 hours, 4 days, 96 hours, 96 plus. So you just added everything instead of, you know, just dividing? Okay. I mean, hey, everyone has their own way, their own solutions, right? Long time no see. Hi, Changyu. I actually don't. Yeah, actually, the first time we were on, I feel like was the last time the Commandant saw Changyu. I'm pretty sure. Oxypetlum or something. Okay. Quickly, he dispatches the corrupted before greeting you. Changyu! Hi, it's been a while. Sophia, you're here too. It's a long story. Right now, we're just stopping these guys from interfering with the big fight there. Have you been here this whole time? You bet Liv just woke us up on the roof of the church. And now we have to take care of all these enemies. You guys thought that you were dead, and you just suddenly wake up and you were told your work is not done. You have to keep fighting. Lucia went to help Liv, so she's staying up there with Chrome and Lee, leaving the rest to us. Look at you, you're in a hurry, aren't you? Yes, I am. Yeah, it's the name of the flower, Oxypetlum. I am. Get going then. At the rate you're going, it's gonna take you a while to climb 12 floors? How big is this church? It's a big church. We got it here. Thanks, I'll leave it to you. Commandant, couldn't you have landed on the church? No worries, Liv saved us after all. But if you're feeling grateful, don't forget Octalec's insurance claims. Yeah, we'll pay for a new train. Chunghu is a Sonic character, he said the line. Church is an unholy place in PGR. I think you guys also mentioned that just because it's a church, it's not really a Christian church, right? They have a different, like, they don't really name the religion. It's just, you know, this is a church. And Bianca is a nun, not necessarily a Christian nun. He waits before turning around and entering the battle once more. Good luck. Meanwhile, at the top of the clock tower, the three constructs woken from their infections are fighting the twins, protecting the motionless Liv. On your right. Lee immediately dashes back after hearing Lucia's call. Where he stood is now a giant crater created by the male twin. Chrome leaps toward the male figure, striking with his gunblade while firing the ice rounds. After that, the twins' motions become abnormally fast again. Observing the four constructs, they turn and charge at Lee. I've been waiting for this. Bullets land on the twins like a torrent, hitting them where they converge. The rounds embed themselves into the twins' skin before exploding. Oh, exploding bullets. Before Lee can celebrate, the female twin releases 4 arrows made with the punishing virus from the bow extruded from her arm. Ew. They don't name it, but they have a cross, so it's definitely that religion. Imagine a horror movie where the ghost mocks the exorcist by making Jesus Christ pose while he recites the Bible. I'm sure there's some campy horror movie out there that's done that, maybe. Chrome, got it. Chrome's ice bullets hit the ground, erecting an ice wall before them, blocking the arrows. He really is Japard! As the twins observed the wall, Lucia leaped into the sky with her thruster, releasing her fully charged halcyonic blossoms. That's like 42 days. Congratulations, Mike. You did math. I advise giving up. The glacial hail freezes the twins momentarily, giving Chrome an opportunity to launch a full-on attack. Stepping forward, Chrome extends the frost spirit field from beneath his feet, his gun blade striking the twins relentlessly without giving them any chance to counter. Lucia! Got it! In the brief moment when the twins are frozen in place, the three constructs come together and launch with their full might. We've been waiting for this chance so that you don't get to learn from us. Am I in the shower? Oh, not me. You mean Spirit and Mike. They're both in shower thoughts mode. Watch Uma Musume Road to the Top movie. Oh, okay. This could have been a simple cutscene. I mean, they already used up all their budget for the cutscene earlier, so, you know, they gotta go back to just describing the action. By the way, Gyre, hello, welcome. This ends now. Frost and bullets ring the funeral toll of the twins. Funeral toll? Really? They're dying here? They're not gonna fight them anymore after this? Underneath the glistening light, the twins finally kneel and fall to the ground. That's right, on your knees! How about this? Watch out! Even without the large tide of hetero creatures supporting them, and weakened by the three unrelenting attacks, the twins are still very much capable. They're healing themselves by absorbing the punishing virus in the air. You're in a shower, but it's not water. You cried doing it when... I don't know who that is, when someone won. I think what Rojak means is that, you know, whenever you take a shower or a really long bath, you just end up thinking about nonsense things, about stuff that, you know, isn't related to doing shower stuff. So that's what Rojak meant by shower thoughts. Tears are water, right? Oh, you're having a shower in tears. Okay, I see what it is. It's okay, Spirit, don't worry. I'm sure whatever you're going through will all end up okay. The red tide is still massive here. We can't give them a chance to recover. His gunblade impales the enemies right as he speaks. The twins cry in pain, their twisted limbs twitching and striking at the three. This is the 11th time we've done this. Is there any other way? So this is... You've killed them 11 times? Right when the negative rounds fired to cover Chrome land by the twins' feet, they immediately dash to the sides. Dashu. The twins are already used to how the three of them fight. This is going to be more and more difficult. I'm afraid Liv is the only way to defeat them, but we can't let Liv fight anymore. Snowstorms gather into a tornado, replacing the unconscious companions and charging the enemies, but the twins dodge away once again. Her mind is finally stable from the Commandant's remote connection. If she fights the twins now, her infection will worsen. Okay, so the twins aren't gonna die this time. You both cry weak. Everyone cries. Yeah, everyone's cried at some point. She gets up with the help of her freezing wind, dashing toward the invading enemies. Did they wait until Liv was exhausted before showing up? You don't? Really? Even blind people cry. Even mute people cry. It's a different form of crying, maybe, but they cry. Ow. Mosquito! Even if it's not from sadness, can be from laughing, yawning, having a bad day, playing a ranked game, and losing a lot. You're not immune from Uma's winning. It's possible. Lee, Chrome, we'll do this together again. Back in formation. We have to force their hand first. They've probably learned about Frost Spirit by now. Don't get too close. I'll take the left. Lee reloads with one hand, unloading his bullets at the male twin outside the range of Frost Spirit. He'll just evade your rounds, but not my calculation. The male twin dodges the bullet from the gun in Lee's left hand, only to dash into where the gun in Lee's right hand had fired. Lee had predicted precisely the male twin's evasive movement every time he can land a shot with one of his guns. But the damage done is halved this way. It's not going to be very effective. We can attack in the direction he predicted at the same time. 8 o'clock from where he was. Without another word, the other two constructs leaped toward the 8 o'clock direction, of the male twin and crashing right into where he escaped to. So that's one twin taken care of, maybe? He's just standing right behind them. From the way this is like arranged, it looks like he's like standing very, very close, and these two are none the wiser. They're like, he's right behind me, isn't he? The repeating strikes of reverse aurora and the whirlwind of mute winter hit the male twin at the same time. He quickly backs away several times, only to be forced into a corner by Lee's shots before he could even cry out. Seeing the constructs joining forces against her twin, the female twin reloads her bow after observing the peripheral and approaching and attacking. He was just standing there while her brother was getting attacked. Power outages during a rent game. Yeah, great action. Right. I mean, I'm not really, like Lucia Plume or Chrome Glory Mainer. So, yeah, I don't, when they mention those attack names, I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's the red ping, the blue ping. With that warning, an ice wall appears from the frost spirit field, once again stopping the arrow mid-flight. It's right behind me, isn't he? That's what it looked like. The other one's coming. We'll split up, Lee. Fucking mosquito. I still didn't get it. I'll predict their movements. I'll take the left this time. 6 and 8. Lucia and Chrome rush toward the 6 and 8 o'clock direction of the two enemies respectively, successfully intercepting the evading twins. 12 and 10. 9 and 5. 2 and 8. You must think you're a weak spirit. The Umas, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Umas cry a lot more. They're athletes. Athletes cry all the time. By the time Chrome's frost spirit ends, the three constructs have their energy fully charged. The 12 times the charm. As the twins gather together, the ice and fire from the construct's attacks combine into a crackling strike. But before they can celebrate their victory, their frames are frozen by the coolant, suspended where they are. What are you doing? Cursed magic, that's also like cursed energy. I'm pretty sure magic came before cursed energy from JJK. Pretty sure. There's still the twins' movements speed up again, a sign that they're about to attack. The three constructs, however, will not be able to counterstrike because their frames are frozen in place, cooling down. Gonna go and buy garlic bread. Remember to bring some for us. They were waiting for this moment to use Frost Spirit. They cannot move no matter what. The twins converge, leaping into the air, striking the three with all their might. Stop! Liv is awake! She flashbanged all of us. It's so bright! A white light envelops where the three stand. The twins' bodies, made with the punishing virus, cannot enter the purified space the Omega weapon created. The twins shriek, their limbs burning and rotting from the ivory flame. Stop! Dragging her tattered frame up, Liv struggles to stand, leaning on the wall of the clock tower. Stop hurting my companions! Empyrea's flame is unleashed increasingly toward where the twins dodge, guided by Liv's weapon. Her energy is almost completely spent before the last ray of white light arrives. The frozen constructs finally regain their mobility and they rush in to trap the twins with their own bodies. My eyes! The blinding light lands directly on the twins. As the monsters shriek and cry, the female figure unfolds the film over her hair into wings, dragging the unconscious twins into the air and flying away. The film over her hair? So, this part is the wings? Or like there's a coating over her hair that can turn into the wings? I won't allow it! Like describing the final boss battle without you actually fighting the final boss. Yeah, it's basically a novel. The ivory sparrow also spreads her wounded wings, soaring toward the clouds to fight the crimson woe. I'm kind of shocked that they're just calling or like comparing her to a white sparrow instead of, just an angel, with the halo and the wings, like obviously, and the white, she's obviously an angel, or maybe a dove. Doves are also like symbols of peace and stuff. But they go with Sparrow. Your garlic bread from the beginning, money would bless you so you can buy more. A perfect loop. The flashbang, let's go! Sticks, hello! Incapable of doing this now. Burn, earth will rise again in the punishing virus's ashes! This sounds like a villain line. Liv, are you okay? You're obviously not, but, don't go villain on us yet. As if the sun has fallen where she is, a massive halo explodes from her body. Yeah, it's a visual novel with not a lot of visuals. It definitely has more words than visuals. Everyone is blinded by the brilliant light, and so are the players. Almost fainting from the brightness, the broken ivory sparrow has lost all her strength, plummeting from the clouds underneath the gray sky. Is this how it ends? Which future has she chosen? Liv no longer can determine her fate with her fractured mind. But she has fulfilled her duties and protected her friends. Even if she has chosen death, she has no more regrets. Closing her eyes, Liv prepares herself for the crash that will take her. It's like Ralph at the end of near the end of the movie when he sacrifices himself to save Vanellope's game. In the first movie, I haven't watched the second movie though. But the land has not devoured her. Instead, she lands in a pair of belated dental arms. Who is this? She can feel someone hugging her, and there seems to be a voice by her ears, crying sorrowfully, just like that dream that was drowned in tears. Is it Lucia? The Commandant? Hey, the Commandant's here! Commandant has arrived! Is this the Commandant? Her life is fleeting away. She wants to respond to the cry, but she cannot make any sound. And that was Lucia that caught her. Commandant, Liv's vital signs are rapidly dropping while the infection rate climbs. You can feel the punishing virus on Liv's artificial skin burning your hand through the protective suit. I mean, if she's being corrupted really, really fast right now, shouldn't we, not be touching her? Because when the squishy humans get corrupted, we just die. Can't believe this. I have to establish a deep mind connection now. Otherwise, it will be too late. I'll flag the closest transport craft. Stay here, Commandant. Liv is counting on you. We'll help too. We have to get her back to Babylonia as soon as possible. Alright. How are you two gonna help? Can you two just yeet her back? Watching your companions leave, you take out the device Asimov gave you before you left, connecting the cables. Although these devices are prepared by Asimov. Okay. Almost sneezed again. And Professor Hippocrates just before you left, which have a limited range. They are very capable of connecting two consciousnesses together, establishing a deep mind connection. Don't watch the second movie, it's horrible. That's what I've heard, and that's why I haven't watched it yet. Absolutely atrocious. The final boss of the chapter, they could at least add a battle stage and 40-second cutscene. They used up all of their budget in the scene where Lucia saves Liv from her own mind. They don't have any money left. They had to wait for Wuwa to be invented. Wake up, Liv. You call her name, gently shaking her shoulders to no avail. Alright, if shaking her won't work, then try splashing water in her face. That's what my mom did to wake me up to school. Like what the researcher said, the connection can only stabilize Liv's mind. Charts. It will not lower her infection rate. Liv. Aang is just chewing on my bag. He stopped now that I've looked at him. I'm just staring at him. But I heard the chewing sounds. Stop that. I used that bag, Aang. Nope, he's gone back to chewing. He's pretending that he hasn't heard me. Okay. Alright, you just do you, child. The connection has pulled her mind back together as well as kickstarting her mind migraine. Under excruciating pain, the girl curls up her body in the arms of a human. Wasn't doing well this chapter release. Ironically enough, this chapter saved it. Yeah, I mean, this is like a go big or go home kind of chapter, right? That's why it's so long. That's why it has 3 parts. That's why it has a Liv. That's why Liv is the main character. Liv is the only one who can save PGR. Which movie? We're talking about Wreck-It Ralph. Is this a dream? It isn't. I'm right here. Yes, my last wish has come true. I get to see you one last time. Don't say that. You can see me plenty more times after this. We're taking you home. Oh, did I miss something? But she smiles with sadness, pointing at her neck. Underneath her collar, the EMP discharge collar enters its final countdown. It's the final countdown. Revive a TV series or movie and make it perfect. Which one would it be? Honestly, Naruto, because Yeah, because, at times the pacing was really bad and the fillers are definitely unnecessary. But, if it could get like the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood treatment, then I would hope that people would, the creators or recreators would make the pacing and the story a little tighter. But it could just be, I could only just be saying that because I'm more used to the current shonen formula where they follow exactly what happens in the manga and they like release the episodes in seasons and in course instead of just, one after another week by week. I know that One Piece is getting that kind of treatment, the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood treatment. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never watched an episode of One Piece, I've only read the manga. But I'm hoping that this new one would be a little shorter paced, you know? Instead of Dressrosa getting almost 200 episodes, maybe this time they can limit it to just 50. No Game No Life, it's been 14 years. The final brain cell. I mean, it's time for me to Vegeta Blue Final Kamehameha. That is a Dragon Ball reference, right? It's been so long you forgot it's life, not live. Yeah, no game, no life. It's too late. I can disarm it. Holding the disarm key in your hand, you connect it with the EMP discharge collar on her neck. But before you press the button, a memory flashes across your mind. Look, I'm glad the patient I've been looking after has woken up, but please consider again whether or not to save Liv. The effects she will suffer are worse than what we anticipated. Surviving could be a worse torment for her. Is it right for you to decide when Liv is the one who will suffer? Maybe Liv, before I disarm it, I must ask you, yeah. Get her consent first. If you know the future is paved with struggles and pain, will you still walk towards it? Fullmetal Alchemist was a good one. Yeah, it's not like the first anime was bad. It just wasn't, true to the manga, so that's why they remade Brotherhood. But, you gotta admit, Brotherhood was definitely better. Yes, she answers without hesitation. No Game No Life Season 2 is just a distant dream. Yeah, it is. There are actually a lot of anime that don't get like season 2 or like that don't get to finish the manga story. One of them is definitely Noragami. I don't think they'll ever finish that story. Carnival too. The manga for those two have definitely ended. But yeah, the anime never got to finish the entire story. I hope it does someday. I did like Carnival and Noragami. I liked both of them. They were good. I already know how much it will hurt to live. But you haven't regretted it either. Me? Okay. What if it's you? If you know that, you will not live to see the day Earth is recovered. That you will spend the rest of your life fighting. Will you still walk towards the future? I mean, yeah, I will. But I'm also just a squishy human. I'm not immortal like you constructs are. I'll age and I'll eventually die. But you guys, you gotta live with the consequences a lot longer than me. You die and you lose all possibilities. The only way to have a chance of getting there is to keep fighting. That's right. She smiles, unwavering. The thousands of deaths she experienced from the death mirages have not scared her away from the future, nor will the migraines. I have made my choice. Whether it's Lucia, Lee, Chrome, or those who stayed in the eternal night. They've all made their choices, even if they cost their lives. They have not regretted. Same for me. If I had a second chance, I would still choose this. I would still choose this lifetime to be able to know you all. Why? You'd still choose to go through Vanessa's abuse before you eventually met us? Because I love life itself. I love to live! And I love the Grey Ravens. I'm willing to die for the lives that I love. And I'm willing to walk with you towards the future. Even when I know how painful and tormenting it will be, I won't regret it. This is reminding me of another white-haired anime girl's speech. It's like Kiana's speech in Moon Halo. I want to stay with them. I want to stay with you for our shared dream. Death isn't giving up. It's offering life itself. This is my answer, my choice. I never give up. That's right, Liv. You die when you are killed. Even when her mind is mired in migraines and mirages, Liv never stopped smiling. Her smile is not a facade, but a flower blossoming from the ashes of her endless pain. Liv, I promise you, no matter how hard it will get, I won't give up. I will bring you back. I believe you. You never lied to me. There is no reason to doubt anymore. You keep walking, as difficult as it may be. Wait, is this... This feels like a build-up to Liv being the next one in a coma. Like, you know, she's gonna survive this, but she's, like they said, she's not gonna be the same. Is she just gonna be a coma for the rest of the time? Just like what she said. Because there are still things you love, then this is my answer as well. My choice. Thankfully, next chapter is a cheerful one. Okay, you can also watch the Christmas story as well. It's nice. They have a Christmas episode? I'm guessing it's in the YouTube channel and not in-game, the Christmas story. The collar unlocks. The young girl finally falls asleep in your arms. Afterward... Okay. Wait. I'm pressing? Okay. A transport craft finally arrives above the church. Your worried companions rush out from within. Commandant! Okay. What was with the slashing effect, right? Well, why was she slashing at us? I'll take Liv, let's go. The other transport crafts are waiting. Okay, let's go. Let's do this! Oh, it's in-game. Okay, in-game Christmas episode. Regardless, Liv's infection rate has passed the threshold. It's very dangerous. We'll have to assess whether or not we can repair her mind once you return. Alright. Best we let her change back into the Eclipse frame. Okay. Yeah, I think that would be better. Come home. This is just the beginning. Lowering her infection rate, locating her mind shards. We have tons to do. We got work to do. Luckily, she was only seriously infected for a short period of time. There's still a chance. If it had lasted any longer, the data current would have shredded her mind and pulled the fragments into the stream. Next chapter is also one of your personal favorites. Okay, yeah. I have a feeling a more uplifting chapter after a depressing one would be a lot of people's favorites. The event story started releasing after this chapter. Every chapter had an event story after it. You also need to... it's the acoustic version of the song again. We'll also need to inspect how much the Woken constructs have recovered their consciousnesses. Miracles do not come cheaply. It's too early to call it a victory before we finished any of these tasks. At least we have 3 pieces of good news. Liv still has a chance to recover. With the twins gone... Okay, so the twins are dead. We don't get to fight them again anymore. Attacks from the flying hetero creatures have become less frequent. And the Omega weapon and the specialized frame worked. Humanity finally has a chance to strike back. Yeah, but good luck finding someone who wants to go through what Liv went through just now, because, we were very, 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 very close to losing her. It's basically like, a kamikaze weapon, like a glass cannon. Each one of them is great news to us. How are the rest of you holding up? Well, what's with the slashing animation? Who are you fighting, Lucia? Sophia helped repair my frame after she woke up. Frame integrity holding at 63.1%. All basic functions are intact. With some shoes, reviving them is pretty hard because everything's pretty much wrapped up. Shoes? Chrome and I have our infections cleared, but neither of our frames has been completely repaired yet. Rest assured, the Parliament will compensate for the delayed rescue. We just couldn't justify the lives that would be sacrificed then. I understand. Yeah, I think they understood why, it took you guys 10 days to come and get them. You guys had to wait for Liv to be up and running. Then I'll be eagerly waiting for your return. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, President Hassan, sir. Having almost lost each other, you all gather around, your shadows scarred. Someday, each of you will be pushed to your limit until the inevitable end claims you all. Hello? Okay. Ooh, twee. However, please don't be sad about the brevity of life. We take from the land the gift of life, and there it should be returned. I recently learned about this clan, this village of people in India who apparently grow trees into bridges. As the tree grows, they bend and twist the branches and stuff until it forms bridges that can probably last from 30 to 50 years. And then there are also people who do the same, but they turn the trees into chairs and stuff. It's all pretty cool. Memories, then, should capture your moments, engraving them on eternity. Just like that paper queen of the night, a flower linked together by 7 buds. They carry her, our memories in this brief lifetime, as well as our 7 sorrow. The first, joy and sorrow, wounds filled by songs. Joy. The second is freedom, abandoning the search for the sky, chains. This is the name of the nodes in the chapter. The third is giving everything she has to others, the selfless mother, land. The fourth is ship, endless journeys and brief reunions, departure. It's called Fortune of Spring. It's both Christmas and Chinese New Year. It's a fun one. Okay, just let me know. Maybe after I'm done with, ZZZ 3.1 tomorrow. Maybe after I'm done with that, I'll do the Christmas special. But today we're doing Liv's Empyrea Interlude. Movie and game time. The fifth is farewell, the return of the wind taken rain, memory. The sixth is death, embraced by the earth, the treasured memories, life. The seventh is love, kindled for hope, yourself, sorrow. The nights are long, the days far away. To conquer darkness, we has kindled herself, offering her life to others. Even if that choice will consume us before dawn arrives, we shall feel no regret. If there are those who arrive in the future we yearn for, the lives we lost and the tears we shed will turn into smiles. A blessing they will be, a farewell. All these just because we loves their lives, light flickering in the dark. Surviving Lucem, chapter 17, and you're gonna do maths while listening to my yapping? Good luck. I'm pretty sure my yapping is like very, distracting and annoying. Wait, did I not finish it? Is there still more? I'm pretty sure this is the end, right? Okay, so next chapter seems to be a Nanami chapter. Cinder Burns? Floating Record chapter 2? What is Cinder Burns? ER. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't done ER00 either. This one. Floating Records. I haven't done ER00. I haven't done ER01. Looks like I should do these before chapter 18. But first, Liv Empyrea. No, Nanami. Here. Okay, let me drink first. Batman root. Good cop root. You are Batman. We've survived. For now. There are still like 50 plus chapters left, right? Okay. Let us continue. Ascent. Oh no, wait, ascent. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Hold on. I almost forgot to check out the hidden part of the story. For the hidden node. What do I gotta do to unleash it? Okay, it's in the stage Epiphany. Alright, so not this one. Light pierces through the heavy, impermeable clouds. Birds rise above the empty church as a sudden gust blows across. As a flashbang happens, the gust soon grows into a gale that catches the attention of every living thing, from crouching humans to fighting constructs. Even the creatures who were bred from the red tide have paused their slaughter. They are looking at the light. From the light she descends. She first sees with her eyes, then feels the punishing virus with her frame. The virus is floating in the air, also present in the mind of constructs and the data within the red tide. The virus is entangled with infinite noisy data. When she feels it, she also feels the agony and scream of thousands of souls. She waves the scepter, letting the punishing virus rush into her mind along with all her painful emotions. Her mind is immediately overwhelmed by the data torrent, but also infinitely extended. She floats into space. Every satellite, every strain of the virus serves as her eyes. She is everywhere. You never bothered to read it? Okay, alright, we shall experience this first together. Her actions are no longer guided by her mind and memory, but by a duty-like instinct instead. With her specialized frame running at an extremely high frequency, her body becomes more brilliant each time she waves her scepter. They're really just describing this whole scene as like Jesus descending or something. Oh my god, she's Jesus! If the punishing virus is visualized, one may witness millions of the virus form a tide in the air, rushing toward her like moths to a flame. She stands in the sky like a goddess of the sea, while the tide of punishing surrounds her, engulfs her, then eventually disappears in her light. The crimson virus sweeps across her mind. Oh, uh, not the glitching again. Agony, despair, remorse, almost all the emotions and memories that the virus has ever caused on this planet have flooded in like a furious roar from the abyss, along with the distortion caused by corrupted data. They turn into thorns that spread across her mind, piercing into her heart like stakes. For those who don't know, I'm reading it like this because the glitching thing like gives me a headache, the glitching effect. Yesterday, like after the stream, immediately I just like popped a Panadol and just immediately lied down. And I just slept until morning. Vital fluid surges from her chest as her artificial heart continues to beat. More fluid comes out of her mouth and nose. She cannot tell whether it's vital fluid or the red tide. She's doing the 11 thing from Stranger Things. Blood is dripping down her nose. Vision starts to fade, but her consciousness is well awake. Unable to move, she can only wait for an ending like an angel crucified on rusty thorns. Angels don't get crucified, that's Jesus. So Liv is Jesus confirmed. She takes in all the information too hastily and feels like she has drowned in the river of eternity. Every thorn spike carries multiple memories. All are transmitted to her within an instant. Countless lives are displayed in front of her. Memory data that belongs to different souls, related or unrelated to the punishing virus, has occupied her mind. The chest of a construct is penetrated by a corrupted that was once her friend. A wandering scavenger jumps into the red tide to respond to his love. Inside a smoking forest, a lost child hugs a heterosapien who keeps calling him while piercing his body with its arm. Nope. Every second is split into 1,000 milliseconds. Every millisecond is split into 1,000 microseconds. She witnesses multiple lives within every unit of time. She stays with every soul on Earth. Liv looks up as her vision blurs. She sees a color other than the red that devours the sky. A gray bird flutters and stops on a branch nearby. Is that supposed to represent Lucia? Its head it tilts its head. Unlike other distorted data in her mind, the bird feels like a living creature from the real world that accidentally ended up here. Liv isn't just Jesus, she's also a Disney princess. She can talk to birds now. She cannot tell the breed of the bird. Suddenly it chirps and flaps its wings, pulling her into a data stream. A magpie lands on a bush but soon flies away as a hand waves. Okay, no more. No more glitch. I bend down to pick up a hairband left on the grass. I let out a sigh and shout out loud. My young lady, where are you? Calliope. I think that's how you say it. Calliope, maybe? A little head pops out of the bush. Callie! I walk over and see her sitting on the lawn, digging the soil with a mini shovel. I squat down and take out my handkerchief to wipe out the mud on her cheeks. Ah! It's baby Liv again. I think this is someone else's memory, but this is Liv thinking she's Calliope. What are you planting, my young lady? Honeysuckles. She answers in a serious manner. Because winter is over, I want to plant honeysuckles all over the place to celebrate the passing of winter. Time to come home. ... Dinner's ready. Don't make Calliope look for you in the garden every time. She immediately gets up, hearing the mistress's voice. I quickly put the hairband on her so the master won't rant about the importance of being presentable. I forgot to check the time again. Thanks, Callie. Thanks to the mistress's teaching, she's always very polite. I can't help but pat her on the head, seeing her shy smile. I also want to pat her on the head. The little Liv deserves pats on the head. My young lady, you should go eat now. I will keep watch the sprouts and make sure they aren't eaten by the sheep. Is that okay? She's a little hesitant. But I want Callie to eat together with us. If Belle eats my flower, I'll take her dinner away. Yeah, that sounds fair. The young mistress loves gardening, so the mistress lets her grow all sorts of plants in the back garden. Belle is the name of a sheep we saw in the market. It was going to be slaughtered, but Ojo-sama begged them to bring it back. The mistress let her keep the sheep in the garden. Gives you Jason vibes mixed with Slenderman. Like they had a crossover. Oh, Jason as in Voorhees, Friday the 13th. You know, I've never actually watched any Friday the 13th movie. I know they've got tons of it already. And I know stuff like Nightmare on Elm Street also has a bunch of movies. The only like horror franchise that I've seen multiple of their movies of is I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, and you know, the whole Insidious verse. Insidious and what was it? The one with the by James Wan with the two like ghost hunters. I forgot its name, but I also saw that one. The one with Annabelle. Somehow I feel like my life is similar to this old sheep's. My grandmother was a believer. She disregarded the advanced technologies and bionic machines and believed a devoted heart would prevail. Over time, our family fell behind the world, but she held on to the pride of the family until the very end. Oh wait, no, I've watched Halloween and the Alien movies too. I guess Aliens could count as horror. But yeah, I haven't watched the Friday the 13th ones or Nightmare on Elm Street ones. Still, piety alone could not save a large family on the brink of collapse. After losing our home, we began wandering. I could not even find a job in a world full of amazing machines that I could hardly imagine. Ha! Same. Nobody wanted to hire a person with zero knowledge about modern technologies. Machines may replace human labor, but they will never replace our beautiful souls. My mother used to say this to me a lot. I think I've met one with a beautiful soul. She fell in love with a clanker. A few months ago, I was desperate in the bleak winter. Mistress saw me in the market and took me home. She offered me a job as a maid in this mansion. Despite not using cutting-edge technologies, the mansion is well decorated, like a well-preserved time capsule from many years ago. Sometimes I even have the feeling that my religious grandmother would come out of her room all of a sudden, calling me by my nickname. The thing with the mouth in its mouth is xenomorph. Yeah. I've seen those movies. I think like I watched all of them up to Prometheus, but any of the recent ones I haven't watched yet. Even when I cast the illusions off, I always see a smiling mistress instead of the family that I remember. Callie? You say it every time. I take her hand and walk towards the mistress. I really mean it this time. Belle, don't eat my flowers. Oh, I just realized, wait. She's got little scratches on her elbow. Belle responds with a long ba, and I chuckle. Mistress is wearing an elegant dress, smiling at us outside the garden. The spring sun shines upon her long silver hair, giving a soft, warm reflection. Parasitic aliens, I swear if you let me cook up a horror movie, it's over. We're Southeast Asians. Our horror movies are usually, you know, way better. It's just not as popular because, you know, a lot of people can't handle them. I realize that spring has come. Okay. The young mistress is crying on the grass when I find her. Ojo-sama, what's happening? Under the moon, I see her struggling to hug Belle with her arms open. She has tears in her eyes and has to bite her lips to not cry out. I rush over and realize Belle is chewing her hair off. Her face turns red from the pain. I actually thought like the sheep died or something and that's why she's crying. She's just crying because the sheep is chewing on her. But she stays still as the sheep mistakes her hair for hay. Bad girl, stop it! I quickly force the sheep to let go and shoo it away. Why didn't you call me? But Belle hasn't eaten anything for 2 days. Will she get better if she eats my hair? Wait, if she hasn't eaten, then give her food. Give her grass. Not your hair. You don't really trust the fans to cook up something really scary. Don't even trust yourself. You're not really a horror movie enthusiast. Yeah, I'm not really an enthusiast, per se, because I gotta be honest, most horror stuff is, like, predictable to me. But it could just be because I watch a lot of it, and that's why it's predictable to me now. She rubs her eyes. I see tears running down her cheeks. I don't know what to say. Belle is too long in the tooth. Most animals lose appetite in hot summer. Why would an old sheep be any different? She's been very worried and keeping it company over the past few days. Too long in the tooth. I don't think I've ever heard this saying before. But how can I explain life and death to a kid her age? All I can do is wipe her tears in silence. Belle is just tired. It's preparing for a new journey. It just needs some good rest. Oh, is that what too long in the tooth means? She's she's too old, maybe? Still, if she's like really old, they wouldn't have tried to, slaughter her. Because I'm pretty sure for slaughtered animals, like the younger they are, the tastier they are. And that's why they don't like kill the animals or slaughter them when they're like really old, maybe? Belle is just tired. Is preparing for a new journey. It just needs some good rest. A new journey. Where is she going? Is she going to leave me? I can't stay in one place forever, my young lady. It's late now. Mistress would be worried if she can't find you. Can we go back first? Is mother awake? She lets go of her hands. Tears are still on her lashes. She starts to ask about her mother. Last scary thing you saw was Chucky when you were a little kid, or maybe Annabelle, when you saw it in the movies. Yeah, I don't really watch movies in theaters anymore. Just, maybe like once a year, just because like it's a little too much work and too expensive, But the last horror movie I saw in theaters, I actually can't remember, but it has been a while. Why is she always sleeping? Is she very tired? She's been exhausted. She also needs to rest. That is all I can say to her. But Mistress is awake now. She misses you a lot and wants to see you. The medics in her room are probably gone by now. I miss her too. I want to ask her what to do when Belle doesn't eat. I'm sure she knows. It's once every 5 years for you. Yeah, I gotta be honest, they don't really... As much as I like to, make a day out of it and go out, watch movies together with friends and stuff, it's just too expensive, man. In this economy, come on. She becomes motivated again. Without a word, I take her hands, but deep in my heart, I am praying. Dear God, I devote my life to serving you. Please treat these kind people nicely. How I wish the world can be restored to its former shape before the summer ends. Da-da-da, da-da-da. The grievous news arrives on a gloomy autumn day. Mistress was a fighter. She stayed with us for several summers, but nobody thought she would be taken by an accident instead of the sickness. When I rush to the hospital, I see Master sitting on a bench in the corridor, pulling his hair in anger and pain. The marriage wasn't filled with a fiery passion, but I know how much they love each other after witnessing it for so many years. I know what happened when I see his face and his tears. I feel dizzy as pain grips my heart. Struggling to hold my grief, I stagger inside the ward. You went to the theater to watch Obsession. Oh, Obsession doesn't play in theaters in my country. Yeah, I think if it did, I would definitely watch it in theaters. I have watched it already, so I probably won't now. But, if it came out sooner in theaters, I definitely would have watched that in theaters. It was fun. Too expensive. The young mistress is sitting there, holding the mistress's pale, slim hands covered underneath a white cloth. The very hands that took me out of winter, but left me in autumn. The pain is excruciating. I have to gather all my strength to not cry my heart out. Just glad you went with your sister and her husband. Yeah, movies are definitely one of those things where, it's not wrong to go watch it on your own, but it's definitely more fun to watch it together with a whole bunch of people. But another more excruciating pain strikes me the moment I see the young mistress's face. I've never seen her so helpless. She tightens her grip on her mother's hand for one instant, then gives up as if she wants to wake her up, but does not want to interrupt her sleep. She opens her mouth slightly, pale lips trembling. I see dried tear stains underneath her eyes. This child has lost her soul and does not know what to do for the rest of her life. I only find out later that the mistress lost her life in an accident on the way to the hospital when she tried to protect her daughter. She died the way Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho died that first time. Movie's good, if you're being honest, thought it was a comedy. You saw a parody of it, and it seems like that. Yeah, you would think that, when you hear, oh, it was created by YouTubers, oh, okay, it's just, whatever. But no, YouTuber movies are actually, like, really, really good now. Obsession, The Backrooms, Iron Lung, they're all really good. I cannot imagine what impact it could have on this kind, innocent child who loves her mother so deeply. Just thinking about it kills me inside. It's her whole movie, so if you take fun and dumb decisions. You're right there with you on the comedy part. The young mistress hears the noise I made. She turns around and sees me. She looks lost. Callie? I see her mouth move as if she's about to burst into tears, but she holds it back and bites her lips instead. God, please bless this girl. She is unfortunate yet so strong. She finally manages to ask me a question. Okay, no sneeze. After a short pause, I hear her voice trembling. Is Mother not going to wake up again, just like Belle? The sheep already died. I burst into tears and almost begin to hate myself for being not able to do anything. For not being able to do anything. I cry so hard that I cannot talk properly, but she seems to learn the truth anyway. She lowers her head, her hands clenching the white bedsheet hard. Callie, sorry I couldn't take care of Mother. She wipes her eyes with her sleeve, sobbing. Ah, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, child. No, don't say that. No way this is your fault. I'm so shocked by her words and immediately argue back. Still sobbing, she looks up at me and forces herself to put up a smile. Sorry, Callie. I will take good care of you and Father. The sorrow in her words, along with her fear that I would also leave one day, make me speechless. In the name of God, I will never leave you. I want to make 1,000 promises. I want to walk up and hug her so she can let down her guard and cry it all out. But somehow, I see Mistress in her miserable smile through my vision blurred by tears. I don't know if it's an illusion or if God really has heard my prayer. I see Mistress again. This great beautiful lady descends into the ward, as kind and brilliant as when I first met her. Smiling, she puts her arms around the young mistress and kisses her on the forehead. She then disappears in the air as if she's never been there. We saw a ghost. Oh. I think if I did see a ghost of someone I knew, like if it were my dad or like one of my grandparents, I wouldn't be scared. I think the the emotions of missing them and being relieved to see them again, I think that emotion would overwhelm any kind of fear I'd have. The young mistress used to have so many quirky dreams. She wanted to become a forest ranger, open a flower shop that keeps all sorts of animals, or be a shepherd that helps soaked sheep stand up after rain. She never talks about them again. She's like me. When I was a child, I wanted to do a bunch of stuff too. I wanted to become a detective. I wanted to become a marine biologist. I wanted my very first car to be a giant truck so that I'd have, some way to transport all of my dolls and toys with me and bring it with me everywhere I go. The master has a family business to pass down. The mistress, who used to kindly preserve her naive dreams, is no longer around. She starts to read books in her room all day and night. I have a vague feeling that the death of Mistress has given her a new direction. The master, on the other hand, becomes more depressed after losing his wife and locks himself in the study immediately after work. In the beginning, the three of us were still eating at the same table together, but such occasions become increasingly rare as he is busy with work. The young mistress seems to be troubled by guilt. She asks me to teach her some common dishes, and she would try her best to cook them and awkwardly take them to her father's study. But the response she gets is no different from what I always had. Just leave it there. Okay, I'm starting to think that maybe this isn't like someone else's life that Liv is seeing. I think Liv is seeing herself just through the POV of Calliope, of her old babysitter, maid. I don't know what Calliope actually is. I want to tell her that none of this is her fault. She should never blame herself. But when I see her beautiful and loving eyes, they remind me of her mother. I know I cannot change anything. I can only do my best to make her life more comfortable. I suggest her to write letters to the mistress. It does make her happier, and I'm glad it works. But as time goes by, things are not getting better. When winter falls, winter is coming. The chill seems to have also impacted the mansion. It starts snowing early in the morning. The young mistress has not seen snow for a while, so I wake up early and take her to the garden. I finally see her innocent smile once again. You hadn't slept in 20 hours? Are you okay, Spirit? Do you need to, go to bed? You can go to bed if you want to. You don't have to stay up for the stream. It's fine. but Master summons me to his study. Isn't that Collins's study office? He stammers with an embarrassed look, telling me that he wants to order the most advanced management AI. I have a bad feeling about it. Sir, you don't need to pay me. I just want to stay here and look after you and young mistress. You can't stay in the old days forever. Science has changed the world. But you liked it that way when the mistress was around, didn't you? I panic and speak without thinking, but soon realize the mistake when his face darkens. I'm sorry, sir. I'm just concerned about you and Ojo-sama. The hardest Honkai boss you fought, Starrail? Yeah, I've never played Honkai Impact 3rd. I just know the story. Hardest boss I fought. I think Fantilia? Cause like I had to redo the boss fight like 2 or 3 times, I'm pretty sure. But every other boss after that, they've given us the chance to redo it in like easy mode, so that's why every other boss after Fantilia is like okay for me at this point. Not night enough. What do you mean not night enough? Who cares if it's night enough or not? If you're sleepy, then sleep. We're fine now. Besides, we need some time of our own. The master keeps looking away. It suddenly comes to my mind that he's been coming home late recently. I then recall the grayish-brown hair that I often found in his laundry along with other signs. I understand what he's trying to say. He wants some time alone with his new girlfriend. I see. I look outside and see the young mistress making the shape of a sheep in the snow in the garden. How I miss her smile. Little Liv is just... She just really likes sheep, huh? She likes things that go ba. For you was true for sure. That's sentient too. He's talking about Honkai Impact 3rd. That shit made me treat because of the QTE and stuff. Belle was buried right there. The mistress and young mistress made her tombstone. Oh. Oh, wait. They made the sheep little tombstone. They gave the sheep a proper funeral. I guess it's my time to embark on a new journey. Sir, she's a good young lady. I can't think of anything more intelligent to say. Please take care of her. The master seems to be relieved and nods with a smile. Seeing him recover from the death of his wife is the only thing that can make me feel slightly better. I will. Thank you, Calliope. It's been many years. Barksy, Asat, Pramad, and Lygus. Oh! So, the 3 most recent ones, I guess, huh? Sorry, my young lady. I failed to keep my promise. But as long as you and Master can live on happily, I return to the winter that I came from. Did she die? Did Calliope die after getting fired? I find a... Oh, not dead. Not dead. I find a casual job not far from the mansion. This looks like the area around Lucia and Luna's house. The pay is far from decent, but I'm still concerned about Ojo-sama and want to be able to go back occasionally. Life is never easy for ordinary people. Another season has passed when I finally settled in. One spring morning, I find the honeysuckles along the street blossoming on my way to work. The memory of the young mistress hits me so hard that I put down all the tools and rush through the entire neighborhood, heading toward her home. I just want to see her from afar. I wonder how she's doing. Has her winter passed? The sun is high in the sky. When I finally arrive outside the mansion, I wait anxiously, hoping to see her through the fences of the garden. Why isn't it? Hello? Okay. Thank goodness I don't have to wait too long. I almost shout in excitement when I see her walking to the garden with a pot in her hands. Oh my, Ojo-sama, she's lost so much weight. Sorrow grips my heart once again. I want to take her hand, wipe the mud off her face, and give her a warm hug. We all do. We all want that for Liv. She no longer skips around. Her hairband is tied up properly. It has only been a few months, but I feel like she's grown so much. The innocent child is gone. I gaze at the young mistress, trying to remember everything about her at this very moment, but I must not let her see me, for she would blame herself again after seeing me in dire straits. I told her I received a better job offer when I left. She didn't tell Liv that she was fired. She squats down next to the garden bed and starts digging with the same old mini shovel. I realize the garden has been renovated. All the flowers she once grew are now gone, replaced by neat green foliage and automatic robot gardeners. HSR has a HP and defense inflation problem. It does. It does. Think it's not fair to put newer bosses on it. Get yourself Promancer Dunhung. Give him the right relics and he's a great defender. He is. He's so good. It's just that, the bosses tend to have better defense and way more HP. Which isn't fair. She continues to dig the soil. Her face looks as serious as before, but there's no longer mud on it. I watch her move honeysuckle from a pot to the garden bed. Oh, that's right. Liv had, step-siblings, brother and sister. Hey, is breakfast ready? A girl that I've never met shows up in the window on the second floor. The young mistress looks up, slightly nervous. Yes, it's in the kitchen. Father starts work early today, so I cooked for 3 people. Why are you still digging the mud? We're gonna eat first. Her face flushes red. Sure, sister, you can have it first. The window is slammed shut. I am beyond shocked. There are so many questions I want to ask. Why does young mistress have to make breakfast? Who is that girl? She lowers her head and continues planting the seedling. She looks lonely and saddened. Aw, baby Liv, no. But what can I do? Confront the master of the mansion when I'm no longer part of it? Unable to do anything, I feel suffocated by the sense of guilt. I spent hours wandering outside the fence, but I could not gather the courage to step into the mansion. Ever since that day, I've never stopped regretting that I did not talk to the young mistress. She saw that Liv became Cinderella. Yeah, Cinderella. Every time I see her lonely look in my dream, I feel the urge to see her in person, but I never get to meet her again. The letters I sent to the master were never given replies. After a few years, I finally settled down and opened a flower shop. It doesn't make a lot of money, but enough to keep myself fed. I never hear anything from the young mistress, still haunted by the guilt and uncertainty. I rarely go back to look for her again. Maybe she's already found her new family and friends. Maybe it was all just my misunderstanding. Still, I put many of her favorite flowers in the window on the day my shop opens, hoping that one day she may come by. Life is finally getting better. I am already looking forward to a day that I can go back and visit her, but doomsday comes soon after. The punishing virus. Da da da. All I know about the punishing is that this virus can turn the machines we see every day into ruthless killers. All residents have fled the city. Machines are scrapped, abandoned on the streets. Government announcements are looped on screens. My flower shop looks like a god's joke. I believe the master will protect the young mistress. I can only think that way. Well, yeah, about that. I go to her mansion one last time when I pack up my bags and prepare to head to the shelter. From a distance, I see a military vehicle driving past the gate. Are they here to protect her? She will be fine. Well, about that. I gaze at the now desolate garden. It is nothing like what I remember. Finally, I find the honeysuckle that young mistress planted many years ago. It has completely dried up on the gray soil and looks more like a piece of a specimen. A white dove lands next to it, then chirps and flies away. I have lost all sense of time in the wandering journey. Pain and suffering in the post-apocalyptic world have turned me into a numb and dull walking dead. Only memories can remind me of my life in the past as a human. When I was a human, I could endure the pain, but in a world of the punishing virus, we are no longer humans, but animals that would do anything just to live another day. Just to live. I really see my loved ones here. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when the red tide devours my camp. When other scavengers scream and run, I only close my eyes, waiting for miracles to happen. I don't know if it's my illusion, or if God has actually descended. I feel like I've seen the mistress. I cannot see her face, but she gently puts her arms around me like an angel. I open my arms to embrace her. This is my final relief. But when I see the angel's face, I know it must be a miracle. For she is not the mistress, but a grown-up young mistress. A grown-up Ojo-sama. I know somewhere in the world she must have become the person she always wants to be. I shed happy tears at the last moment of my life. Go do mats till you sleep. Okay. Go. Have fun with the mats. Take care, spirit. Descend. Okay. Let me hydrate for a sec. Ah, bye for now. Do you think that to fall asleep, Liv counts sheep? We know already that she likes sheep, so maybe that's like her favorite pastime. Uh, machines, constructs, do you dream of electric sheep? Men of Galilee? They said, why do you stand here looking into the sky? The same Jesus who's been taken from you into heaven will come back in the same way you've seen him go into heaven. If that's a Bible verse, I don't know it. I don't really know Bible. A chirping white dove ascends from the thorns, taking Liv back to the painful memory. It flaps its wings to fly away, but ends up getting caught in the crimson punishing waves. I thought the punishing virus doesn't go after animals. Aminals. More volatile emotions flow in among the memory data, and more spikes pierce through Liv's body. The moment a memory block is filtered, thousands more will enter her mind. She becomes a vessel of every living thing in the world. You really don't know who does the sheep thing. Like, it might help some people, but absolutely does not work like it does in cartoons. Yeah, in cartoons, they count, like, what, up until 12 and then they fall asleep? In real life, you can get to the hundreds and still not be sleepy. God never showed any mercy to these struggling lives. Black tears run down Liv's cheeks as millions of howling, miserable souls emerge from her body. Poor, unfortunate souls. But Liv cannot stop. She can't stop, won't stop. She only waves the scepter to bring more punishing into her mind. She takes in everyone's pain equally, is crucified to death, then resurrects again. The cycle continues. When her mind is almost inundated by the never-ending punishing waves, the dove suddenly breaks away. Another data connects to Liv as the blood-soaked dove screeches. The four-wheel drive suddenly brakes hard, throwing my body forward. My broken arm squeaks and sparks as I push with it. The medic sitting next to me flinches. He looks disarrayed and shocked. Oh, hello. Hello, beautiful. Elena. Shit, what are you doing? Swearing out loud, I twist the half-broken mechanical arm back and look at the driver. Oops, sorry, Elena. A bird suddenly hit my window. Is the bird supposed to be Liv? Liv, no! She got into a car accident. I see the wiper pushing aside the blood-soaked corpse of a pigeon, leaving stains on the windscreen. Pigeons are a symbol of good news, are they? I thought they were rats with wings. A dead pigeon can't be good. When's your arc coming, huh? The world is going to end. It's been a while since we've seen these character designs. I think these are supposed to be the Forsaken character designs. Just keep going. The earlier we arrive, the sooner we can get the supplies. I stopped Charlot's ranting. He barely survived the last battle, but lost both legs, and is now extremely grumpy. I don't want him to hurt the feelings of my only medic left. I still need him to take care of the other dozens of human soldiers on my team. The vehicle starts running again. It's all quiet in the cabin, except for the occasional moaning of wounded soldiers. After a few hours, we finally arrive at the nearest camp from the battlefield. Only the medic and a few soldiers remain unhurt from the terrible drive. I jump out of the vehicle and ask a few sentinels to help. Someone's wounded! Medic! The soldier turns to the camp and shouts. Where's your commander? A man with scars and a rank slide comes at me and nods. I contacted him when my squad retreated from the front line. According to the order I received from the world government, I need to regroup here and help him do some training if possible. Look, my phone is low on battery. Gotta charge. Okay. Bill, Lieutenant. Greetings, Officer Yelena. Your supplies are all ready. We're short of medics at the front line, so I'm hoping you can give ours a little training. They don't have a lot of combat experience. He pauses when he sees the sparks on my arm. Your arm. The world government sent you special medical packs in advance, didn't it? That will work for me. He continues to gaze at me with suspicion, trying to find out the difference between me and normal humans. Machines like me, or using the proper name, constructs, are yet to be deployed on a larger scale. I'm not surprised at his attitude. Okay, so this is early on in the punishing virus days, huh? Alright, I'll send someone to get it for you. He walks away with an arm hung in a sling. I look around the camp in boredom. Many young soldiers, obviously rookies, are sneaking at me like high school students. The few medics are standing around the wounded soldiers, giving them morphine and antibiotics in a bin. Back in the Golden Age, they were still kids. Now they have to protect their homeland in Doomsday. A white-haired medic, Liv, catches my attention. Unlike her panicking peers, she just half kneels next to Charlo, the guy who lost his legs, bed, holding his hand. Charlo looks furious and is screaming in despair. Someone must have touched his nerve again. He's the worst type of patient to medics, at least to me. If it's me, I will probably punch him in the face to shut him up. We're always short on time in war. I don't need more negative emotions to remind me how screwed up this world is. The medic does not touch his wounds, but holds his hand instead. She seems to be calming down with gentle words. Like a pediatrician, she's soothing Charlo's emotions with a kind smile and great patience. I can't hear what she's saying, but Charlo does calm down. The man sobs like a child before his mother, giving the medic a chance to inject a tranquilizer. Her action is gentle and firm, but way too slow. I'd have given her a dressing down for days when she was my student. She must have never been to the front line. She takes a long time to treat Charlo. I would have treated 5 soldiers in that time, then stands up and looks at the other wounded with visible compassion. Surprised, I even begin to think that she's a believer. I've seen many soldiers with faith, but never one with such a kind and gentle expression. I see, so Liv is a Justin Bieber fan. The emotions I see are usually anxiety, grief, despair, or indifference. Excuse me, ma'am. Lieutenant asked me to deliver this medical pack. The gloomy-faced soldier interrupts my thoughts. He can't even finish a sentence without stuttering. I take the medical pack, hoping they don't give this guy to me in the training. Well, Gloomy Face and the frail medic both end up on my team. Lucky me. It's hard for me not to remember them, for they're always the worst performers in every training class of mine. To be fair, the medic isn't that bad. She passes most courses adequately and is quite smart. The problem is the medic course. Though she pays great attention to details, she's way too slow. Besides, her fitness and shooting scores are atrocious, just a tad better than Gloomy Face. That's why she needs the Levi gun. With the Levi gun, you don't have to be accurate. You just need to summon a black hole. By the time she finishes running 10 laps, all the other soldiers have finished their training and lunch. Every time, when Gloomy Face is already half dead and lying on his back, she just keeps running with a pale face and blue lips, as if she can pass away any second. She was probably a princess who rarely did exercise before the war. I asked her to train her endurance first. I don't want her to drop dead halfway. To be fair, it's not just princesses who don't, who don't exercise enough. I'm also not a princess, but I also don't exercise enough. 3.2. A soldier is shouting out the results of the precision shooting exercise. The medic is standing straight with her lips pursed. I wish her results are half as good as her seriousness. I don't know if 3.2 is a good result or not. Yarha, probably a miss. He's been looking everywhere for the bullet hole. Out! Gloomy Face looks at me embarrassed. There's an appeal in his eyes. Don't give me that look. I'm not the one who'll kill you on the battlefield. Maybe you can start practicing how to beg those corrupted for mercy. Forgot to ask my opinion on Chapter 17. How was it? Very depressing. Very sad. But also, I feel like it's necessary, especially with the whole Omega weapon thing. It definitely brings the plot and stuff further forward. It gave a lot of spotlight to Liv, which I like. I like her as a character. It showed everyone, at the brink. It showed all the characters, believing that this is it. We're gonna die here, but we're gonna die fighting and stuff. So I kind of liked seeing as well how all the characters would operate without the Commandant. Overall, I liked it. It was nice. There's scattered laughter from the soldiers. I raised my voice. You think you're good, huh? Show me. Does anybody fancy a freestyle fight? perhaps my steel arms are too much of a deterrent. All the soldiers look down. Nobody dares to reply. I can't believe we have to rely on you cowards to save Earth. Don't you know what you have on your shoulders? You're soldiers. Better fucking act like one. I stride along the line, staring at every one of them. Squad 18 needs a break, and you will head to the front line next. Have you not seen those soldiers? Most of them still keep their head down, afraid to look me in the eye. I lost 23 soldiers for one base. Have you ever seen what the survivors look like? Guess what? They're going back to the battlefield with you. They lost their arms and legs there, but they never put down their weapons. Some crawled and even held grenades in their mouths. They're still going back to the hell that almost claimed their lives. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and we go back as long as we're not dead. Because that is what soldiers do. What is this army propaganda? Good to know. Nice chapter indeed. Yeah, it's very... Like, it definitely had a lot of content. I'll give it that much. Some soldiers look away in shame. Some look up and stare into the distance. Only that medic gazes at me as if she has something to say. What are you doing here? Ask yourself. Do you deserve this uniform? I don't care why you came here, but if you're here, you've got to toughen up. Our homeland, our Earth, our family, and our friends are behind us. We protect them with our life and blood. Who else can stand out if we shrink back? Who else can keep fighting if we give up? I remember every single soldier I lost on my team. Their looks, names, and what they like to do, and the life they've lived. I take pride in them. They die with honor. For honor! I shouldn't let it happen, but I think my voice is shaking a bit. It's the first time that I ever talk about my soldiers after that meat grinder battle. Ew, meat grinders. I hope you can also make me proud. I wave them off and walk away without looking back. Later in the night, the medic comes to me when I'm doing maintenance of my frame in my room. Officer Yelena, sorry to disturb you so late. She stammers and blushes, almost making me feel like she has a crush on me. Okay, calm down, Yelena. It's not that. It's not that deep. Okay, it's been almost 2 hours now. I feel like I should stop at this note and then I'll continue maybe... I'll continue after I'm done with DZZ 3.0. And then I also need to do the ER stories. Yeah, I think those are the only things I need to do before chapter 18. And then we go to chapter 18, which apparently has Nanami. The last time we heard of Nanami was when she, like, kind of said goodbye to Lucia, I think, in chapter 17. What is it? In the medical squad 6, can I ask you a few questions? Say it. My training results aren't very good. I'm worried that I can't help the soldiers with my performance. This really troubles me. She's shy but genuine. I look her in the eye and can feel she is seriously concerned. I know it's not nice to disturb you in your personal time, but I really hope you can show me how I can do more. I was thinking that she wanted to talk about the fear of death or ask if she could go home. I have realized my mistake, and I respect her resolution. I immediately changed my attitude. Just follow the training schedule and do your best. Everyone has different physical conditions. Passing the military service requirements only means you've met the basic standards, not that you're great at fighting. I see, but officer... She lowers her head. I sense sorrow in her voice. I know we're heading to the front lines soon, and I won't have much time to improve. It's my fault for not working hard enough. She seems to have struggled a lot inside. When she finally looks at me again, I see her determination. The wounded soldiers you brought back. I've never seen anything so horrifying and tragic. I think I'm not good enough for the real battlefield, so I'd like to do something. I want to do anything, as long as it helps our battle. I think for a while. I see. Your biggest problem right now is the lack of experience. Your stamina, overall combat abilities, and reflex are also subpar. Skill issue. Is that so? Sorry. I watched your training. Every time you had to treat a wound, you always did the full procedure. Given the chance, you'd even watch the dressing. This is a war, not a clinic. You must give up the unnecessary steps. Only life matters. Everything else can be sacrificed. Speaking of it, your technique looks like that of a professional. Have you learned it before? My father runs a medical group, so I knew a thing or two about it. He sounds a bit hesitant, so I changed the topic. You must increase your speed. Remember which wounds can be fatal, which ones are not. and which ones can significantly hinder the movement of soldiers. I will design your training accordingly. Change your fighting style. It's too soft now. Never make a decision that you may regret on the battlefield. Change your fighting style by getting a Levi gun. Understood. Medics keep an army going. The corrupted will not choose their opponents, so you have an equal chance of being attacked, just like other soldiers. It's important to keep yourself alive, but you can't fight. What should I do then? Run if you can't beat them. Just run as far as you can. Don't let the corrupted touch you. Of course, I'm not asking you to flee. You must learn the attacking styles and logic of the common corrupted. They can't think, but most ordinary machines will attack according to their default program logic, so there are patterns. I've outlined the general guidelines. Make sure you remember every response for different situations. I see. One more thing. If you can't save someone, just let them go. Know your limits and choose the plan with the highest returns. Give up one, you may be able to save 10 more, but if you're dead, you can't save anyone. I understand. The medic nods firmly. I see determination in her eyes. I like this look better than her blush. Thank you, Officer Yelena. Go, I will watch for you. I pat her on the shoulder and watch her go away. Alright, go away now. Don't bother me no more. I spend the next month training the soldiers. They begin to get on the right track. I don't have time for that medic, but she manages to catch up with the rest. Occasionally, I would patrol the camp after a day of training before curfew. Right now, I'm standing in a dormitory room. Who did this? The bed in front of me is a mess. The water bottle on the bedside table originally had a few flowers inside, but it is knocked over with pink petals scattered everywhere. The belongings of the bed owner are ripped open. Dresses are thrown on the floor, among which is an eye-catching, gorgeous white dress. The wedding dress. Who needs a fighting style when you have a Desert Eagle? Who needs the Infinity Gauntlet when you have a gun? Nobody makes a sound. All the girls stand in a line with their heads down. Playable Yelena. She looks good, right? Right? She looks like she'd be a playable character. Maybe an A-class character. I pick up the dress and feel very puzzled. Who made this mess on the bed of our princess? Someone sneers but immediately shuts up when it looks over. I toss the dress away and feel a pain in the neck. This probably isn't the work of one or two, but a group bully. And I probably can guess why looking at the way this bed is made. The soldiers suddenly look away. I turn around and see the medic. She's still panting, sweat running down her cheeks. Seems like she just went for a jog. She takes off her cap, wipes her forehead, and puts it back on again. She looks me straight in the eye and continues walking in without any fear. I realize my guessing is wrong again. Somehow I feel a little guilty watching her quietly walk to the bed and pick the dress up. Liv, who did this? It's the first time I call her name. She shakes her head without saying a word. She only packs up her belongings in silence. This attitude is only going to make the bully worse. I must do something. Whoever did this, you had the guts to do it, but don't dare to admit? Get the fuck out before I find out myself. Ma'am, it's me. Sorry, I was looking for something before heading out. Are you kidding? I thought a bear attacked your bed. She turns to look at me and smiles. Her voice is very calm. Ma'am, I won't let this happen again. She looks at the soldiers standing nearby. They quickly look away, ashamed. I figure out what she wants, to resolve the situation by herself without relying on my power. I respect her decision and turn to the rest of the soldiers. I hate these dirty tricks. Whoever did this, do not let me catch you again. And you, medic, pack up your pretty dress. There's no ball here. The only ones you can dance with are the enemies of humanity. That's her mom's dress, though. Yes, ma'am. Her face flushes again, making me wonder whether she can take it on her own. I ask everyone to rest and walk off. But I don't go away. When I see the medic come out to throw the rubbish, I wave at her. Officer Yelena, what can I do for you? Show me your hands. Her face immediately turns even redder. Well, what's the matter? She reluctantly reaches her arm out. I grab her hand, roll her sleeve up. There are red needle marks throughout her pale skin. I even see stitch marks covered under the gauze sponge. Oh, this is the teacher who kept the needles that she used to practice on herself, huh? Ma'am? I saw the marks on the back of her hand, but I didn't expect her to go so overboard. What are you doing? I was just practicing. She takes back her arm and pulls the sleeve down. I can find the spot faster now. I also know how to make it hurt less. I asked you to train hard, not on yourself. How smart, huh? Don't worry, ma'am. I only use glucose. It won't hurt my body. I found your advice very useful. I'm learning a lot faster from these targeted exercises. With better efficiency, I'll be able to... Yeah, I don't think this is what she meant, Liv. I too am a medic, but I just happen to become one. I'm no doctor or teacher. Fighter may be a better description, but I can read from this kid's eyes that she wants to save lives. That's our greatest difference. Do you not want to save anyone? Goodness, I know, Mike. That was my reaction when I first found out too. I feel like saying something, but don't know what to say. I'm never good at sympathizing, but at this very moment I'm a bit emotional. Why would a kid like her step into the battlefield? In the end, all I do is pat her on the shoulder. Another one wants to pet the Liv. I also want to pet the Liv. Don't push yourself too hard. If you collapse before even going to the front line, all my effort will go down the drain. Imagine injecting sugar when you could just eat it! Understood. I will not fail you, ma'am. One more thing, ma'am. Sorry that I brought a dress into the camp. As long as it's not prohibited, nobody gets to decide what you bring into the army. No one has the right to criticize you so long as you're fulfilling the duty of a soldier. I meant every word I said. She smiles gratefully, but I feel she's a little sad underneath. Thank you, ma'am. I will never do it again. I'm a soldier now. I shouldn't live in the past anymore. I found my place. I'll take this responsibility. I don't know what she's talking about, but I can see her determination. I nod in approval. We're going to the front line soon. Now, I will give you your first order. Yes? Private Liv. I call out her name with all seriousness. Shocked, she quickly stands to attention and salutes. Her cap isn't worn properly, but she does not realize it. Yes, ma'am. Do not die. The next time I call her name, I don't want to be using it as an example in front of another group of rookies. Live on, medic. The peaceful time flies by. I've returned to the base near the central purification filter once again with my army. Most of the base has fallen. Our final defense moves closer to the CPF day by day. If the corrupted seizes any more land, the entire zone will fall. We'll have to abandon the CPF and mankind will lose another important base. It's the first time for my soldiers to face such a dire war. There are a lot of casualties. I have to maintain the morale with a great deal of motivation and rebuke. The soldiers charge forward, only to be crushed by numerous corrupted who are always relentless. They didn't even get to see what the war is like. Years of life, months of training, all destroyed in seconds. The first confrontation lasted over 10 hours. My stupid arm stopped functioning again. I bend my body in the trench and quickly move towards a soldier. One of her arms is mutilated in an explosion. Take it, 8 o'clock! I shoved my machine gun into her arms and ordered her to eliminate the corrupted approaching. Then take out a hemostatic patch with my functioning hand to give her emergency treatment. She gnashes her teeth and shoots, knocked behind by the recoil. I don't hear the sound of bullets hitting the target. A stray bullet flies past my cheek. I feel like my artificial skin is burned, vital fluid coming out. After I finish patching her up, I take the gun and bring it to my shoulder. A large machine falls to the ground only steps away from our position, sending dust on my face. I wipe my face and hear someone calling for medic from afar. More over there, it's safe behind cover. I pick up the gun she dropped and give it back to her, then look at where the voice comes from. The zooming function of my vision module quickly helps me locate the source of the voice. It's that kid with the gloomy face. He's sitting under a wrecked building, soaked in blood. Ow! My fluoroscope tells me that he has a broken tailbone and cannot move on his own. 58 meters. No, that cover can't be used anymore. The next closest one is 362 meters away. I decide to give up on him. Just as I reload my gun, I see a white-haired soldier leaping over the trench from the corner of my eye. Fuck, Liv! I quickly shout to her. She was appointed to stay behind the trench and take care of the incapacitated soldiers. Get back here, you can't save him! She doesn't seem to hear me. Instead, she keeps running toward the storm of bullets. Get back now! It's an order! She looks back at me. She only pauses for a second, but a shell from another large corrupted explodes and knocks her away, tossing her onto a pile of gravel. Damn it, I can still make it. I point my gun at the corrupted approaching her. After reading the Liv's newest chapter, this is weird to read. Oh, okay. What, are there some inconsistencies? There's zero hesitation in her action. She quickly gets back up on her feet and dashes out like a wild deer, heading towards the voice calling for help. I blow the corrupted into pieces, but more have located her. I can't help her. There's no way she can reach there. I can only watch her run rapidly across the battlefield. I never knew she could run so fast already. She goes around the unsafe cover in the same route I anticipated. She's sprinting with all her strength, leaving gunfire and explosions behind. Somehow, all the bullets are missing this frail medic. It's almost a miracle. She continues to run in the center of the battlefield. I swear I couldn't run just as fast when I was still a human. She soon reaches the soldier. My hearing module catches his desperate screams. She pulls him to a safer location before giving him emergency treatment. For one instant, I almost forget my duty. I just gaze at her as she does her job skillfully, almost half as fast as me. She must have been doing a lot of training. I feel like I've returned to many years ago. I remember the first prey I shot with my gun. The first time I punched a bully, knocking him to the ground. The first time I climbed to the top of the snow mountain in my hometown, screaming and shouting. I think I smiled. I never felt this motivated for so long. It's a cry from our soul, unwilling to give up the impossible challenges. She quickly finishes wrapping his wounds and holds his hand, comforting him with a gentle smile. This part can be skipped. I must tell her later. I pick up the machine gun again and shoot down a few corrupted in front, my heart beating incredibly fast from surging emotions. I climb on top of the trench, yelling, "We are the ground force! Nothing can stop us! I know the corrupted have no soul no matter how vast their numbers are. The human soul, on the other hand, is the most beautiful creation that nature has ever made. We have no limits. We can conquer the universe and take back the earth that belongs to us in the first place." The ground force pushes forward as the soldiers roar in passion. Okay, this is the node where I have to do something to get the hidden node. But I'm gonna leave it for next time. It's been over 2 hours and I'm tired. So, I'm gonna leave it here. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing ZZZ 3.1. Hopefully it won't be too long. So that I can return to Liv's interlude. And then, yeah, I gotta go do ER00 and then ER01 and ER02 before I proceed with, not this, before I proceed with not Recitativo de Fantasia. Chapter 18, her last bow. But yeah, that's gonna be later, after I'm done with all of the other side stuff. Okay, well, that's it for now. Rodek, Mike, and Styx, and Spirit, and Jair, and Kirion, and Mike, if you're all still there, thank you again for joining me tonight. Guardian Soulblade also, thank you so much for joining me. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow for ZZZ. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your night. Take good care of yourselves, everyone. Take care, kids. Goodbye. Good, you didn't miss it. Bye, see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day, Mike. See you. Take care.